Hello, hello, Joseph here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. I'm looking at the side of a repair truck, right? And it came in earlier, and I saw it earlier this evening, right? And it's a company. I'm going to speak on it now because um, maybe this is a promotion for this company, even though I haven't used them before. But Sparrows, and I'm reminded of the song. His eye is on the sparrow. I know he watches over me. God has been watching over me as well as his other children since we came into this 3D reality. But even as we were in our mother's wombs, God has been watching over us because, you know, one of the words on the side of this truck that I noticed right off the bat is winch. And usually, like, when someone uses the word wench towards another individual, that is a derogatory word, right? But then I think of the word witch as well too. Witch. A lot of the vessels that we came to this 3D reality through were not the best. They were not the most loving. They were not the kindest. They were not the sweetest. A lot of them were evil. The vessels that God placed us inside of to come into this 3D reality were not the sweetest, they were not the kindest, they were evil, they were wicked. The things that they engaged in, their behavior, their energy was wicked. And I find it really interesting that God would have his children, his sons and daughters, to come through vessels of individuals that are toxic, that are wicked, that are witching, that are cruel and evil. And the reason why is because he had his hands, he had his eyes on us the entire time, keeping us safe, even in the wombs of these women, of these females that were wicked and evil and cruel. Even knowing that these females, what they were going to engage in, the behavior they were going to engage in coming against us, knowing what they were going to do before they even did it, God still had his eyes on us. He still had his hands on our lives. I'm thankful. I'm grateful that he did, because if he had not, I would not be here today. I would be dead. I would be somewhere suffering, and I'm not, thankfully. And this mother of mine wanted me to suffer, and the only reason, the only justification was because God created me for a higher purpose. And do you know that this mother of mine wanted to take me out so they could claim what was for me, so that they could be seen in the light that I'm in, so that they could be loved and respected by other people in the community and in the church, even my friends and so-called neighbors. She didn't want me to have anything. She wanted to take it all from me so that she could live in it, and she used other people. She gave things of mine to other people so that they would engage in wicked behavior coming against me. And the whole time, God is watching over me. He watched over me while I was in my mother's womb, while she was eating everything in sight, while she was doing anything that she could to try to cope with the fact that she was going to have another child that she did not plan and did not want to have. But she was not going to abort it, because to abort it would be to basically tell God, fuck you. So her way of dealing with it was trying to sabotage me, even in the womb, by the foods that she ate. Not only in the womb, but outside of the womb, having individuals come and pray things over her body to happen to me. while I'm inside of her womb. Then as a toddler, not even rearing me in the right way, pushing me away, not even coddling me as a child, not giving me the love that I needed, the love that I was seeking. She pushed me away. I had to learn how to love on myself at a very young age. As a toddler, my mother engaging with other mothers and telling them this and that, all negative things and whatnot, and getting them to do things against me as well too, having their children attack me even as a toddler. My own mother projected hate, evil, wicked, and cruel acts against me, and using other individuals, and then believing that she was cloaked from being discovered as being evil and wicked by using other people to enact her hatred towards me, her judgment and negative energy towards me. And the whole time, God saw all of it. He had his hand over me. He was guiding and directing me down the path of my life course, even when this mother tried to keep me off of my path, tried to take me off of my path, divert me from my path, sending lovers in towards me, sending people towards me to try to take me out, as well as use and abuse and take from me for themselves. This is my mother that did this to me. And just recently, my mother sent me or projected a message towards me to shut up, to not speak on what she's done, because everything is coming out. The truth is coming out. The truth always comes out to the light, and that is what God wants to happen. That is what is going to happen, and I'm going to do that, as well as other individuals that are going to do that as well too, because they're under judgment for engaging in the behaviors that they engaged in to come against me in the first place, believing that they were going to be successful in stealing from me and being successful in gaining off of doing so. No. They have to return it all. Even the money. That's mine. And I'm going to get everything back plus. And even though I don't have the mother that I would have expected, I turned out great. But that's not by her doing, and that's not by my father's doing either. That's by God's doing, because he had his hand on me the entire time. If my parents would have had their way, I would have been dead and in a grave decades ago. In fact, I would not have even been born. Ain't that fucked up?